We have started with a new lesson, types of materials, and we were doing metals and non-metals. We did what are minerals, what are ores, then we did what are metals and non-metals, and then we saw what are the characteristics of metals and what are the characteristics of non-metals, that is their properties. Then we saw their chemical properties also. Now, let's try out in text question 17.1. Okay. Mark tick against correct statements and wrong against incorrect statements. Metals can be beaten into thin sheets. Correct or incorrect? Emma?
Ma'am, correct.
Yes, correct. Why? And can anyone tell me what is this property known as? The property in which metals can be beaten into thin sheets is known as. It's called malleability. Okay, it's called malleability.
Ma'am.
Okay, then the second one. Metals are good conductors of heat. Correct or incorrect, Anna? Emma?
Ma'am, correct.
Yes. Then, mercury is a metal.
Correct.
Yes. Non-metals are good conductors of electricity.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. And the last one. Metals are highly reactive.
Highly incorrect.
About the reacting
Ma'am,
metals. Yes.
metals are highly.
Yes, they are highly reactive. Okay. Now, there is a table in which you have to name 4 metals and 4 non-metals. 4 metals and non-metals. Yes, you can say.
Ma'am, can I say the metals?
Yes, Emma.
Gold, silver, iron, and copper.
Gold, silver, iron, and copper. Good. Anna, can you tell some of the non-metals?
Wood,
Wood,
stone,
stone,
chair, and table.
say again.
Ma'am, I think she said chair and table.
Sharon table.
I think she said chair and table.
Okay. Then we have ore. Yeah. Now, what do you mean by ore? Can anyone of you tell me? What do you mean by ore?
I think an ore is the place where you find the metal.
Ore is a place from where we obtain the metal. Yes, in the answer. It's correct. Just that you have to elaborate it a little bit and write it. Okay. Now, what are some reasons? Give reasons why sodium metal is kept in kerosene.
Ma'am, I'm not for sure, but I think it's because the metal can rust and kerosene keeps it from rusting.
Because sodium reacts reacts with air
Okay.
in open air. It is highly reactive and it reacts with air. That is why it is kept submerged in kerosene. Then another reason is, another point is, why is phosphorus stored in water? Same reason, because phosphorus is another highly reactive element that reacts with air. Okay, then what are the uses of metals and non-metals? Now, we will talk about some uses of metals and non-metals. Without metals and non-metals, we cannot imagine convenient life. Humans have been using metals for centuries. The use of metals is so important that ages of civilization are known as metal civilization. Okay, metal civilization means that, do you know that the ancient time periods are known as Iron Age, Bronze Age, etc. Why are they called Iron Age, Bronze Age? Because of the use of the metals that it took place in that time period. In Iron Age, there were people started using iron. There was more of a use of iron. In the Bronze Age, people started using bronze. So they are those time periods are named according to the metals used in that time period. Now, even today, metals are equally important. Metals are used in making industrial gadgets, buildings, vehicles such as cars, aircrafts, trains, satellites, cooking utensils, furniture, almirah, fridge, etc. In almost every item necessary for life, metal is used in some form. Now, what are the different uses of non-metals are? So metal uses are it is very important in making numerous things such as gadgets, buildings, vehicles, utensils, furniture, almirah, fridge, etc. that you can write. Then comes the uses of non-metals. Oxygen is such a non-metal which all living beings inhale during breathing. A number of medicines are prepared from non-metals. Non-metals are useful in preparing medicine. Then graphite, mica, and diamond are also non-metals. Diamond is used to make jewelry and cutting tools. Okay? Then chlorine, another non-metal, is used in water purification process. Many non-metals are also used as fertilizers. Potassium nitrate is used in crackers, and graphite is used to make pencil. Okay, so there are some names of these non-metals. You can remember graphite, mica, diamond, oxygen, chlorine, potassium. Okay, you can remember them. Then, then there is any doubt till now in the uses of metal and
No, ma'am.
non-metal. Okay, okay. Then comes another thing called alloy. Now, what is an alloy? Alloys are a material which is made by combining two or more metals or non-metals. Okay, when we combine two or more metals or non-metals, the new metal that is formed will be known as alloy. Okay, so you can read here, some metals can be mixed together. The new metal formed by combining two or more metals or non-metals is called alloy. Alloys are homogeneous mixture of metals. They are homogeneous mixture of metals. These are made from melting metals. We melt metals, we combine them, and then it becomes hard again, giving us a new metal called alloy. Properties of alloy are different from their constituent metals. Now, it's not necessary that the metal that is used in making alloy, the alloy will have the same property. It can have different property than the original metal that was used in making it. Now, we have you ever seen bronze utensils in our homes?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
yes, bronze is an alloy. Okay, bronze is an alloy. How is it made? It is made from mixing copper and tin metals. When we mix copper and tin metals together, it gives us a new metal known as alloy. Now, tin is hard and corrosion resistant, and copper is a soft metal. When we combine them, we obtain bronze metal. Okay, then comes another example. Iron is brittle. It easily forms rust, but if we mix iron with carbon, it becomes steel alloy. Have you seen steel utensils which do not rust easily? We use steel utensils in our home also. How are steel utensils formed? Steel utensils are formed when we mix iron with carbon. When we mix iron with carbon, they give us an alloy known as steel. Okay. Now, when iron is mixed with nickel and chromium, hello Abraham, iron is mixed with nickel and chromium, we get stainless steel. We get stainless steel. Okay. Now, these alloys are strong, hard, and corrosion resistant. What are some properties if ever asked that? Give some properties of alloys and give some examples. So you can put the examples of steel, stainless steel, okay, and bronze, and you can write down the characteristics that these alloys are strong, hard, and corrosion resistant. Okay, here are alloys and their uses. Okay, you can learn some of these. First is steel. Steel is made up of iron and carbon. When we combine iron and carbon, we obtain steel. What is steel is used to make? It's used to make bridges, buildings, railway lines, tanks, ships, and tools. Then comes another alloy called stainless steel. Stainless steel is made when we mix iron, nickel, and chromium. Okay, when we mix these three together, we found stainless steel. What is it used for? It is used for making utensils and surgical instruments. Then another alloy called bronze is made by mixing copper and tin. Then what are they used for? Coins, utensils, statues, and jewelry. Then comes brass. Brass is made up of copper and zinc. Okay. See, bronze is made up of copper and tin, whereas brass is made up of copper and zinc. Okay. What is it used for? Utensils, machines, musical instruments, and statues. Then comes nichrome. Nichrome is made up of mixing iron, nickel, chromium, and manganese. Okay. What are its used for? Nichrome is basically used in heating elements, heating rods, wires, and all. Okay. Seen the twisted wire in the oven or something. They are sometimes made up of the nichrome material. Okay, heating elements. Then duralumin is made up of copper and aluminium. Whereas duralumin it's used in parts of an aeroplane. Then AlNiCO is made up of iron, nickel, aluminium, and cobalt. It is the short of aluminium, nickel, and cobalt. Iron is also mixed in it. This is used in magnets. Okay, this is used in magnets. Any doubt about alloy?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then comes useful substances for construction work. Now, when we do construction work, there are a lot of substances that we use. Can I have your video on, please? All of you all? Please turn on your videos. Now, useful substances for construction work. In all types of construction work, stone, wood, metal, brick, limestone, cement, concrete, sand, etc. are used. Okay, we know that different materials are used in construction work. Now, bricks are made from fired clay. First, bricks and stones were joined with clay only. After that, bitumen, that is resin and lime, for the separation felt. Then granite, marble, and sandstone are used in natural stone for centuries, but in the 19th century, Portland, cement was invented. So this is the you can say how cement came into existence. Before, people used to make bricks and stones. They were joined with only clay. After that, they used to use resin and lime. Then granite, marble, and sandstone were used. Now, for the making of houses and buildings, first like before, if you see, the buildings and the houses made up of stone, right? Stone, marble, and granite. Nowadays, do we make a whole house with marble, granite? No, right? If you've seen the palaces and all, it's all like made up of marble, granite, okay, sandstone, and all of that. But now we use cement. Yes, Abraham.
What about the people who cannot afford all of these things?
What
Let's
about
say,
the
like,
people who cannot?
suppose a poor person,
Yes.
they cannot afford it, and they 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 need a house. Like if we own a nice, what house would they use?
If they cannot afford granite marble, they used to use stones only. Houses made up of stones. If you've seen, shall I show you one? Okay, let me just show you. Okay, let me show you a house made up of stone, and then I'll show you a house made up of granite and marble. This is made up of stone. Poor people, if they couldn't afford marble, granite, and all, they used to use stones for the making of the house. Okay, can you see? You must have seen also such houses, right? Which are like quite old. They are made up of.
But this actually looks very nice.
It looks nice, yes. Then I'll show you one made up of marble. In ancient times, when we didn't have cement and all, before cement and really before the bricks, we had marble, granite. You can see this is one house, palace like, made up of marble. Okay, made up of marble. That was stone one, this was marble one. So this is how they used to make them before. Nowadays, we use cement, we use bricks, okay? We use a lot of things now, okay, for the construction of houses. Then After cement was invented,
Ma'am,
we used cement. Yes, Abraham.
ma'am, do you know the cement the Romans used? Romans found out that they could, like, before that they would use another type of cement. So when they were using this cement, like, then they were the people who found out by adding volcanic ash, silica, you can make the cement stronger.
Yes, that is true, Abraham. That is true fact. Now,
And
the cement. Yes.
then after that, after the Romans also built the world's first cement to harden underwater. But then
Mhm.
the recipe was lost, and then people started to make new until unless it was finally recreated by people.
Yes, yes. So it was first invented in 1824 by Joseph Aston. Now, modern Portland cement consists of, we have composition of cement, 60 to 67% calcium oxide, 17 to 25% silica, 3 to 8% aluminium oxide, and 6% iron oxide. Ground limestone and clay is also mixed in desired ratio. Then this mixture is heated to 100 to 1150 Kelvin in a rotary furnace. The substance so obtained is called a clinker. When the substance that is obtained, we call it a clinker. And clinker is then ground with a small amount of gypsum to produce cement. Okay, to produce cement. Then, what are the uses of cement? Mortar is made by mixing cement with sand and mortar. This mortar is used for plastering and as a binding material. When we use cement, when we mix cement with sand and mortar, the substance that is formed is known as mortar, and this mortar is used for plastering and as a binding material between the bricks. Then then concrete is made when we add cement, gravel, sand, and water. Concrete is used to construct the roof of the house, street tracks, electric poles, etc. Then, if you put rods in concrete, then RCC cement is obtained. Iron rods, then RCC cement is obtained. RCC is used in making poles, roofs, and slabs. It is also used to make precast product by casting concrete in a reusable mold. These precast products are used to make bridges and all. Okay, then concrete can be strengthened by adding ashes of asbestos and coal. When you add powders of asbestos and coal in the concrete, it can be strengthened more. Then concrete combined with asbestos.
And carbon.
Yes,
And when they add ashes, they're adding silica and carbon.
yes. Then it is used to make drains, pipes, concrete mixed with ashes is also used in burning bridges and all. Understood the cement, its origin and its uses? Okay. Then comes another material known as glass. What is glass? Glass is mainly prepared by melting silica. Okay, silica is the main component of sand. Silica is heated to 116 degrees Celsius to melt it. Okay, or sorry, 1016 degrees 60 degrees Celsius, 600 degrees Celsius to melt it. Silica is cooled to 1600 degrees Celsius to obtain glass. I think there is a mistake here. Ordinary glass. I'll confirm this part and let you all know. Now, glass, the main component used to create it is silica. Then Ordinary glass. There are different types of glasses. Okay, how are they obtained? By adding different kinds of substances in the mixture, in the glass mixture. When we add different kinds of substances, we can obtain different types of glasses. The ordinary glass, the ordinary one, is created how? When silica is added to calcium carbonate and soda ash to get ordinary glass. This is called soda glass. Okay, this is also called soda glass. It's used to make window pane, utensils, mirrors, etc. The ones in our window panes, utensils, mirrors that are there, ordinary glass or soda glass is used. When we are making glass, different substances can be added to it to get glass having desirable properties. What are those? We have colored glass. In order to make colorful glass, metallic salts are mixed in it. For example, adding salts of iron, we obtain green color glass. Have you seen green glass in some window design, in some design and all? Must have seen.
Ma'am, in an old Catholic church.
Yeah, like church. Green, blue, brown color glasses are there in the windows. So, yes. So, how are they obtained? By adding metallic salts. By adding metallic salts in it. Then there is opaque glass. Opaque means when you cannot see through the glass, that is opaque glass. It can be obtained by adding fluoride and phosphate. Then there is another glass called heat resistant glass. It is obtained by mixing boric oxide. When it is hot, it expands very little and does not break. It is known as borosilate glass. It is also called borosil in Pyrex. Utensils made of these glasses are used in factories, labs, and houses. You know, all the lab beakers and test tubes and all, those are made up of heat resistant glass. Why? Because chemicals are put in it, and if they are not heat resistant, then they are break. Also, the glass beakers and all in the laboratories, they are heated up. They are heated up. When they are heated up, there's also a chance that they will break. So to avoid that, those things, those materials, beakers, and everything are made up of heat resistance glass. Then there is optical glass used in eye lenses, in our contact lenses, in cameras, microscopes, and optical instruments. They are made up by mixing potassium oxide, which is very hard. This is called optical glass. Then there is another glass called photochromatic glass. Silver salts are added in it. So this glass becomes darker in bright light and light color in dim light. Have you seen that dark and light sunglasses? Heard about it maybe? Shades, darker light shades or sunglasses. They becomes darker in very bright light and light color in dim light. Okay, it works both the ways. So those goggles, those shades are made up of photochromatic glass. Then there is slate crystal glass. Many artifacts are made from glass. In such things, glass is cut in such a way that the light may get reflected. Thus, the objects look very bright and beautiful. To make such a glass, lead oxide is added to it. These are called lead crystal glasses. So there are glasses which reflect light, okay, and are used to make artifacts. What are those glasses? Lead crystal glass. Then there is the last one, optical fibers. The fibers of highly purified glass are used in information
Ma'am,
transmission. Yes, Abraham.
I have an argument with this. All object, he said that lead crystal glass reflects light, but all glass reflects light, ma'am. When a ray
Yes,
of light or a photon, when a ray of light passes through a glass, it some part of the ray goes in and why some part is reflected back to your eye. That's why you can see like a thin layer of glass.
Mm-hmm. True, Abraham. That is right. Lead crystal glass, the major thing is that they are specifically cut to make artificial objects. To make artifacts. Okay, to make artifacts. They are specially cut to make artifacts. That is the main thing about lead crystal glass. Okay, then optical fibers are wires or fibers of highly purified glass, which is also used in information transmission, medicine, and computer network. Optical fibers. Okay, the wires are there, which are used in transmission of information, medicine, and computer network. Any doubt in any other classes? No? So we will stop here for today. And please try out 7.2 for homework. We will discuss it in tomorrow's class. Okay, 7.2. Please try it as homework. We are going to discuss it in tomorrow's class. It's a 5-minute break for you all, and then we will meet shortly. Okay. Hello, Nathaniel. Good morning.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so we were doing algebra, and yesterday we saw how to write a situation in the form of numbers and variables. Okay, today we will see four operations that how we can form a situation and how we can solve them when we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, we will just see the basics. So, first up is addition. Addition. We will make a situation that my sister gave me some toffees. Out of which I ate 5. I now have 12 toffees. So if we try to make an expression or an equation with it, we can make it X was the number of toffees that her sister gave me. Okay. Now my sister gave me. Now, why? Because there is written some, but I don't know the exact value. But I ate how many? 5. And now how many I have left? 12. Okay. How many I have left? 12. So, do you all understood how an equation was made? You can just put subtraction here. Okay. Understood how the equation was made. I didn't know how many in total I had, but I knew how many I ate, and then how many was left. So can I find out how many in total I had? Can you solve and let me know what was the number of the total toffees? Are you
Ma'am,
all
you have
capable?
17.
Yes. Yes, Nathaniel, I have 17. I have 17 toffees. So this is basically algebra when we are presenting something, representing an unknown value with the help of variables, and then using the variables and numbers in the equation to find out that unknown value. Okay, understood this one? Understood this portion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anna, Emma, Abraham.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I have your videos on, please? Yes. Abraham, Anna, Emma, please turn on your videos too. Okay. Then similarly, addition also works. Okay. Addition also works. For example, here on the screen right now. For example, I saved rupees 50 from my pocket money pocket money in March, rupees 70 in April, and some money in May. I now have 200 rupees. So can you make an equation and find out how much did he save in May?
Ma'am, he saved 80 rupees in May.
Yes, Nathaniel. He saved 80 rupees in May. How did we form an equation? He saved 50 in March, okay, then 70 in April, and
Sir,
May I did
120 rupees plus X is equal to 200 rupees.
yes, Abraham. 50 plus 70 plus X equals to 120. Then I can add 50 and 70. 120 plus X equals to 200. So X will be 200 minus 120. That's going to give me 80. So in the month of May, he saved rupees 80. Okay, understood how we form equations using, when we have an unknown value, we use x in that place. Then with x, we make an equation. Whatever numbers we have in the unknown value x we put, we make an equation and then we solve it. Okay. Okay. Then we saw multiplication yesterday, that when we multiply in multiplication, when we multiply a number and a variable, we just write them together. Okay. Also, there is another thing in multiplication. When we multiply a variable and a variable, that time also we write them together. Like m multiplied by n will become mn. Okay, it will become mn. Understood? In multiplication, whatever you multiply, be it a variable and a variable or a number and a number, we'll just write them together. Okay, so you can note this down for multiplication. Let me know once you have written it, okay?
Done, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to clear the screen now. Okay.
Done,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Then there comes division. There comes division. What do we do in division? We divide a number by a variable or a variable by a number. Usually, both ways it can go on. Okay. For example, I have 10 divided by y. 10 divided by y. So it would be written as 10 by y. Okay, it just comes in a fraction form. When we have, look at another example, a variable divided by a number. x divided by 6. So it can be written in the form x by 6. Okay. We just write down the division in fraction form. Okay, in fraction form. And also when a variable is divided by a variable, then also it is written in a fraction form, x by y. Okay. Understood? We can write them down in fraction form. Written? Done writing?
Yes, now I'm done.
Okay. Next we will see is terms and coefficients. Next that we're going to see are terms and coefficients. Okay. So what is a term? It is a combination of the product or division of a number and the variable. Okay. That is known as a term. Okay. And the coefficient also are the multiples of the variable, okay, that are known as coefficient of the variables. For example, I have an equation. I have an equation 3x plus 5y. 3x plus 5y. So if you can see 3 and x are in multiplication here and 5 and y are in multiplication here. It is product, okay? It can be a combination of product or division of a number and a variable. Okay, right now 3x is a combination of a product of a number and a variable. What does this mean? That 3 is a number, x is a variable, and they are in multiplication. So this is one term. Okay, this is known as term. It's known as term. Okay, so this is my first term, and 5y is my second term. Okay, they are both terms. Okay, they are both terms. Then comes as to what is the coefficient. What is the coefficient? Now, 3 and x are in multiplication. Okay, so the number will always be the coefficient of variable. Okay, the number will always be the coefficient of variable. That is in 3x. In 3x, 3 is the coefficient of x. In 3x, 3 is the coefficient of x, and in 5y, 5 is the coefficient of y. 5 is the coefficient of y. Getting there? Look at One more example. Another equation. Two x plus 4y minus 9. 2x plus 4y minus 9. What are the terms in this? What are the terms? 2x is one term, 4y is another term, 9 is another term. Okay, so terms are separated by signs. Okay, terms are separated by signs. Between 2x and 4y, plus sign is there. So 2x will become one term, 4y will become another term. Between 4y and 9, there is sign. So 4y is one term, 9 is another term. Okay, those are all terms. It can be a number and a variable together, separated by signs. Those are terms. Okay. Then, what are the coefficients? In these terms, the number that is there is known as your coefficients. Okay, is known as your coefficients. So 2 and 4 are your coefficients. Why? I said in the combination of a number and a variable, 2x is what? A combination. 2x, what's the meaning of it? 2 into x. This is a product, right? So in this product, the number is 2, which is being multiplied by x. So the number that we have is our coefficient in the term. In the term 2x, 2 is coefficient. Then what is x? What is x and y? Anybody? We saw what are terms, coefficients. What is this x and y in the terms? Quickly, I just taught you all yesterday. What are x and y? Variables. Okay. If by chance you forgot, x and y are variables. Okay. And what is 9? What is 9 then? Quickly tell me.
It's a constant.
Very good. It's a constant. 9 is my constant because it has a fixed value. It has a fixed value. Okay. In 2x plus 4y minus 9, 2x, 4y, and 9 are all terms. 2 and 4 are coefficients of 2 is the coefficient of x. 4 is the coefficient of y. Okay. Then x and y are variables and 9 is my constant. Any doubt in the 4 terms, in term, coefficient, variable, and constant? Any doubt, please ask me right now. Any doubt in the 4 terms? Please ask me right now.
No, ma'am, no doubt.
No doubt. Have you all written this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, please write it
Yes,
down.
ma'am, I'm done.
Okay. Then I'll make you write the definitions of coefficients and terms. Okay. And then I'll show you all that if it is in division, then what will be the coefficient?
Finished, ma'am.
Finished?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. So write down the definitions. First of a term. Combination. Of the product. Or division of a number. And a variable. Or numbers and variable. Is called a term. Present the definition. Now take a look at some of the terms that I'm writing. Okay. And we'll see how do we work out with their coefficients. Okay. How do we work out with their coefficients? If we have minus 3x is a term, example, minus 3x and 5 upon x. Okay. First, then you can just write down the definition of a coefficient. Multiples of the variable coefficient of the variable. So we just saw how to find the coefficients of the variables. Can you tell me that if my term is minus 3x, then what is going to be its coefficient? For minus 3x, what is going to be its coefficient? In minus 3x, what two digits are being multiplied?
Ma'am, 3 will be 1, right?
Say again.
Ma'am, 3 will be one of the coefficients.
Yes, but it is in negative. It is in negative. So, can we have minus 3 as a coefficient? Yes, we can have minus 3 as the coefficient. What about when it is in fraction? What about when it is in fraction and is 5 by x? Then what is going to be the coefficient of 5 upon x term? In 5 upon x, the coefficient, it can be written as 1 upon x. Okay, 1 upon x, the coefficient of 1 upon x is going to be 5. Why? Because 5 upon x is in the form of 5 multiplied by 1 by x.
Hello,
Understood?
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hi. Hi, Anna. Hi, Emma. Hi, Nathaniel. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Emma, can you hear me? Emma? Emma. Am I audible? Just give me a second. Okay. So, guys, we need to turn on our camera. It's the first rule of our classes. Anna, Nathaniel, please don't turn off your camera. Don't play with your camera. Anna, Emma, Anna, can you hear me? Please turn on your camera, otherwise we have to talk to parents because it's the first rule. We have to turn on our camera. Okay, so this is the information which I have to give it to you. Please don't turn off your camera while during the class. Okay? Okay. Uh, I'll put a message also in group that please don't turn off your camera during the class. Over to ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Emma, can you hear us? Audible? Okay. I know where, why. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, so you heard, okay. Sir sometimes comes to check in the classes. So you all need to turn on the videos. Okay, keep it turned on during the classes. It's a rule here. Okay, that so that there can be better interaction. Okay, it can be a better communication both ways. All right. So please turn on. Keep your cameras turned off. Okay, you all can be checked anytime. Okay. Now, moving on. Understood how the coefficient of 1 by x is 5. Yes, because when we when we break down 5 by x, when we break down 5 by x, we can see that it is in the form of 5 multiplied by 1 by x. Okay, it's in the form of 5 multiplied by 1 by x. And we know that the number is the coefficient of the variable. The number in the term is always the coefficient of the variable. Okay, what is the variable here? X is the variable. And what is the number? 5. So 5 is going to be the coefficient of 1 by x. Okay, understood? Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then, now hope you all got the difference between terms and coefficients. Mhm. Okay. Now, the next thing that we are going to see is like and unlike terms. Okay. Like and unlike terms. Shall I clear the screen if you've written this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now, about like and unlike terms, first let's see what are like terms. Okay. Now, in like terms, what is the difference? What is like terms is that they have the terms are different, but they have same variable. Same variable. Okay, Anna, you can log out. Okay. Just see this last 5 minutes on YouTube. Okay. I will upload the lecture link. So please check it out on YouTube.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So like I was saying, like terms are when the terms have different numbers but same variable. For example, 2x, comma, 2x, comma, x upon 5. Okay. There are two terms, but two different terms. Okay, one is multiplication, another one is division, but both have x. Both are having x, means that same variable, so like terms. Whereas in unlike terms, whereas in unlike terms, take a look at these terms. 2n, comma, 6y, comma, s upon 4. See, three different types of variables are used. N, y, s means that they are not like terms. They are all unlike terms. Why? Because different variable is used, not the same variable. Okay. Now, you can write down the definition of like terms and unlike terms. Two or more terms are called like terms if their variable is same, if their variable is same. Number can be different, but variable is same. Whatsoever their coefficients may be. Maybe. Okay. Then write down about unlike terms. When their variables are different. Okay. When their variables are different. Yes, Emma. Perfect. So like this only, you guys gotta keep the videos on always. Okay. Now, like terms, same
Yes,
variable,
ma'am.
like 2x. Yes, like 2x. X is coming in 5 by x by 5, x is coming. So xx means like unlike 2n, 6y, s upon 4, different variables. So unlike terms. Okay. We are going to stop here for today. Let me tell you the homework. Okay, I'll post the homework in the group. Okay, I'm going to post the homework in the
Ma'am.
group today. Okay, please write this down and then we'll write up. Written, Nathaniel? Okay. Okay, then see you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.
Ma'am,
Tomorrow
bye,
is
ma'am.
tomorrow is
ma'am.
the 10th. So no
Ma'am, so
class
there is
tomorrow.
no class. Okay.
Tomorrow there is
Okay, ma'am.
test of the third chapter, second chapter, sorry, the second chapter. So no class will be there. Okay, we will now meet on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye. Science class will be there. Okay, science will be there. Math will
Ma'am,
not be there.
tomorrow science will be there.
Yes, science will be there.
So no maths class.
No maths because maths test is there.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, bye.
Bye, ma'am.